Good blessed throwback Thursday, December the 2nd, 2021. It's about 3:55 p.m. I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter if you're light-skinned or dark-skinned, white, black, or any other nationality or race. It doesn't matter really if you like me or like what I stand for. I still greet you all with that same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. First, I want to thank God for allowing, touching the hearts and mind of the city of Charleston, Missouri. The city, I give them the 2 days in a row. They did a real good job helping me and some of my neighbors get all of these leaves up off the streets and then cleaning the streets. The 600 block of Vine Street, we try to keep everything peaceful. We try to keep everything clean. We try to keep everything respectful. We don't try, we do. You see what I'm saying? We got a unity on the 600 block of Vine Street. Not saying that they don't have that unity in other places, but we try to keep any type of chaos, any type of shooting, fighting, or anything away from our block on the 600 block of Vine Street. We want 600 block of Vine Street to have a good reputation. You have people that's out there, you see what I'm saying, that's working hand in hand with some of the crooked police. All of them ain't crooked, but some of the crooked police that try to start chaos between me and others. But you know, people is waking up now knowing that I'm not their enemy. You know, the enemy ain't gonna look for peace in your neighborhood. The enemy ain't gonna get up there in front of the 33rd Circuit Court in Mississippi County, Charleston, Missouri, and call out the corrupted judges. All is not corrupted, but go to City Hall and call out the corrupted police, law enforcement officials. All of them ain't corrupted. Go up to the Sheriff Department, the Mississippi County Sheriff Department, and call out the corrupted sheriff. All of them ain't corrupted. Call out these individuals that snitches around here, that they get caught with guns and things, and they be let go. They can shoot at other people in the neighborhoods, and they can be let go, but then they can point out somebody else and they go to jail. The same thing that's happening in Carbondale, Illinois. But I want to get to Carbondale, Illinois right now, as far as on this YouTube, because I want to show y'all how God is cleaning it up and waking the people up in Carbondale, just like he did here in Charleston, Missouri. Sometimes people be in positions like prosecuting attorneys, judges, you see what I'm saying, law enforcement officials, sheriff and chief, and they think that they beyond the law. You see what I'm saying? In Georgia, they showed them three racist white individuals that killed Ahmaud Arbery. They showed them they wasn't playing with them. Kyle Rittenhouse, some of y'all think he done got away. He ain't got away. He can't even sleep at night. You see what I'm saying? He can't walk in any neighborhood. He can't even be a police, because if he be a police, ain't nobody gonna trust him. You see what I'm saying? And I'm praying that the federal government is getting charges together, because ain't no way he should have been found guilty or not guilty of all them charges. We know what type of jury that was on that panel. If it was any person of color on there, and I think it was one, it should have been a hung jury if they was talking about finding them not guilty, but that's another thing. But let me show y'all how in Carbondale, Illinois, Jackson County, don't no organization or don't no people up there publicly, black or white, law enforcement officials or anybody else, speak up for the homeless. You see what I'm saying? Don't none of them speak up for those that's so addicted to drugs. You see what I'm saying? They may say, like my son, they may say that they gonna commit suicide, but it's a lot of people say that they want to commit suicide, but they don't commit suicide. You see what I'm saying? This is concerning my son, Bryan. I tried to get the Egyptian newspaper, who's ran by SIU, Southern Illinois University students. You see what I'm saying? The Southern newspaper, which is out of Carbondale, Illinois, also like the Egyptian is, ran by SIU and the racist white individuals that run that city. You see what I'm saying? But you know, they wouldn't print my son's story, but I'm continue to tell my son's story. You see, SIU students, some Indians, found my son's body hanging. You see what I'm saying? I got the 911 call, the verbal one. You see what I'm saying? And plus what the police written down. I talked to the individuals that found my son's body. You see what I'm saying? They don't think my son committed suicide. Don't nobody else in that building except the white female that claims she found my son's t-shirts in front of her house. She think she wants to work hand in hand with the police saying that he committed suicide. You know why? Because she probably have something to do with either his murder or covering up his murder. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of them people, when I go over there and talk, they are afraid. Matter of fact, some of them are so afraid, even some of the Indians, they done moved out of that building. You see what I'm saying? Where my son was found hung. But let me show you this here. Now, SIU students found them. You would think the Egyptian newspaper out of Carbondale, Illinois, and the Southern newspaper would at least let somebody speak and talk about, mention my son's side of the story since he's dead. But you know, you had a collective of about 7, 8, maybe 9, 10 Carbondale, Illinois Police Department, you see what I'm saying? Along with this one black individual called himself a Muslim. He used to be a drug dealer. I think he still is a drug dealer. He was in the penitentiary for 17 and a half years for murder and drugs. And then this one black individual called himself a Grand Sheik for the Moorish American Science Temple of America. The one in Carbondale, he know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about anyone. I'm talking about this Negro that had nerve to say my son was grown and he was a drug addict. But this guy was a drug dealer. And if you look on his Facebook page, he arguing with other Moorish Americans because they saying him and his people is stealing from people. And I believe him. Because he claimed he gave my son some money. What would you give my son some money for? For what reason? You see what I'm saying? You ain't in Carbondale, Illinois trying to help stop the violence in the black neighborhood, nor is that other black Negro that called himself a Muslim. Him and his wife was spending my son's food stamp card when he was dead, and the prosecuting attorney won't arrest him. The police won't arrest him and his wife. They won't charge him. They won't communicate with me because I'm talking about them. I can talk about you, saying how sellout you is, the Spanish prosecuting attorney and the racist white police chief and his staff. But let me show you something now. The police and the prosecuting attorney, they said everything is all right. They don't have to worry about nothing down there. They didn't have to be afraid of nothing. But let me tell you this here. They said that when the black female on August the 22nd, 2021, the black 18-year-old female got killed in Carbondale, Illinois in one of them house parties. She was a student from Chicago, Illinois, a student of SIU. But when she got killed, the blacks, they want to sing the black national anthem. They want to get up there and say certain things, have nothing to do with the black female getting killed, working hand in hand with the police and the prosecuting attorney. You see what I'm saying? And then they say they're getting basketball games from 11 o'clock at night to 2 o'clock in the morning for 14-year-olds to 20-something-year-olds. Who gonna have their 14-year-old outside at 2 o'clock in the morning playing basketball in an area not where some white people wrote racist slurs on the walls and breaking inside of the gym and writing racial slurs in there, but the blacks is shooting and killing and robbing each other right down the street where my son was found hung. But you see, that's what these black individuals in Carbondale, Illinois do. The NAACP, and most of them ran by black women. The men act like they got their tail up in their butt, like a dog that's scared. You see what I'm saying? And if they don't like what I'm saying, they know where I'm at. You see what I'm saying? They know I study come down there. But my point is, they talk about basketball, but now a white student just recently got shot a month or two ago in the head. She survived and spoke. But let me tell you what the SIU white and Spanish people doing now. Just recently, on yesterday, matter of fact, a Spanish female, she led the charge, and a white female, a white guy, and the majority of white people, they got together, you know, with a bullhorn and waited for the black chancellor to come out and told him they want better security. They don't want no doggone basketball game from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. See, these black females is running them programs, and them black Negroes with their tails up in their behind, all they trying to do is get government money. Or most of them is working for the city of Carbondale, Illinois. You see what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna try to protest against my son being found hung. They gonna push it to the side. Like them two black individuals that Grand Sheik called himself a Grand Sheik for the Moorish American Temple of America, and the black individual that called himself a Muslim. See, both of them is good friends. Both of them is convicted drug dealers. You see what I'm saying? Now, one of the drug dealers had my son card for 8 months. Who have a person food stamp card, a homeless person food stamp card for 8 months besides a drug dealer? You see what I'm saying? Who called himself a high-ranking Moorish American, a Grand Sheik? That's what he called himself. I look at him just like I look at the Ku Klux Klan, both of them individuals. Because if you go down to Carbondale, Illinois, in any movement that they have for stopping the violence or clearing up the drugs and violence out the black neighborhood, you ain't gonna see now one of them Negroes. But let the Palestinians get to marching. They marched with the Palestinians on May the 22nd, 2021, because the Israelis was attacking the Palestinians, so they say, in another country. So these two Negroes, the Moorish American Grand Sheik and this other Negro called himself a Muslim, they were securing these Palestinians while they marched. But how many of them Palestinians done marched since these blacks been getting killed in their neighborhood? They ain't gonna march. They'll sell you some liquor. And if the shoe fit, wear it. This one Negro tell me the Palestinian be buying clothes and stuff for the community. I ain't found nobody that they doing it for. I done talked to the homeless. I done talked to people that work. But my thing is now to show you a white female student just recently got shot in the head. She survived. She said the police know who shot her, but they ain't arrested. You see what I'm saying? They marched and confronted the individual that could have the power to have security. SIU, they have security. They had their own police. You see what I'm saying? They had their own police. Them white and Spanish people, you didn't see these black individuals that sing the black national anthem. You didn't see them. They was marching in the Breonna Taylor, justice for Breonna Taylor. Justice for George Floyd, who don't even live in that area. My son was hung in that area. He was living in that area. The black female that got shot in the house party, she lived in that area. They done forgot her, but they ain't forgot this white female that just got shot in the head. They said they want security. They want this chancellor to get, he gave them 1 day for mental health evaluations. They said that wasn't nothing. But these black females that's running them programs in Carbondale, Illinois, and getting grant money, all they want is a basketball thing, and the prosecuting attorney giving them money from the drug dealers. But you got two of the drug dealers that's working hand in hand with them. You see what I'm saying? When they get they kilo in, they give them a part of their drugs. The police a part of their drugs so they can set somebody else up. But let me tell you, my son didn't commit suicide, and I'm gonna keep on speaking about my son. I don't care if that Moorish American Grand Sheik, that other Negro, that individual called himself a Muslim, his white wife that's spending my son, dead son, food stamp card. I don't care if none of them like it. The NAACP is worse than the Ku Klux Klan. Them females that's running them programs down there, they are worse than the Ku Klux Klan. them two black individuals, the Moorish American Grand Sheik and the black guy that called himself a Muslim that's married to the white school teacher, they worse than the Ku Klux Klan. When I go down there, the Klan give me good respect, with the exception of the police. He's the chief, he's probably the grand wizard. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, and tell you this again, God is working down there. He done worked down here. The same prosecuting attorney that wouldn't prosecute these individuals that attacked me, a month ago, God took him off the face of this earth. Some of these police, God done took them off the face of this earth. Some of these individuals have been attacking me and my family, God done took them off the streets. You see what I'm saying? I ain't glad, but I ain't sad neither. Because anytime you call yourself a prosecuting attorney or a police and you ain't doing your job, and the law don't do it, the law don't punish you, God will, just like Kyle Rittenhouse. If the law don't take care of him, God will. You see what I'm saying? I'm real. Them individual black leaders and white leaders in Carbondale, Illinois, they fakes. But them white students, they show you that Carbondale ain't safe. They had the power to print my son's story, but they wouldn't print it. Now they scared. You see what I'm saying? Now they scared to walk the streets. But yet they wouldn't print my son. Some of their classmates found my son's body hanging, and they didn't think he committed suicide. But now God, he reversing it on y'all. See them bullhorns, that ain't gonna stop the shooting and killing down there. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to answer to God. All of y'all down in Carbondale, you people that's running the homeless shelters, the people that's running the warming center, the people that's running the empowerment of justice center, all of y'all gonna have to answer to God, because my son, God sent them down there for a reason. He didn't have nothing. You see what I'm saying? Y'all overlooked him. Y'all got together, black and whites, law enforcement officials, health department officials, got together and took 2, maybe 3, I doubt if even 3 things when my son allegedly talked about suicide. Y'all didn't try to question the woman that said she found his wallet a couple of days after he supposedly committed suicide. Y'all didn't try to question the female that had his shirts, took him up in her house. Y'all didn't question that. Y'all won't even arrest a white female that's a school teacher for spending his food stamp. But let me tell y'all something. Carbondale, Bryan Lamar Johns is finna be y'all worstest nightmare, because I'm his voice. Peace be still.